Assalamu Alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. Another episode, Ahmadi, a fact check blog. I've been talking about this fake persecution. Remember, everything the Ahmadis say is a lie. Everything, from the persecution to the beliefs, you name it, it's a lie. It's a lie. They're lying about everything. Remember, an Ahmadi doesn't have the capacity to tell the truth. They are trained from the very first day. Lie, lie, lie. Strategy, strategy. They don't talk without a strategy. So, with that being said, I'm about to today tell the story of Abdul Shakur. Abdul Shakur. Y'all see this guy? Check him out, and I'll be right back. My cat's meowing too much. Let me get him out of here. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. So yeah, that's the stream. Walaikum salam, brother. That is the stream. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We start in the name of Allah. Always, it's implied. It should always just be implied. And that that's how it is in the Quran. It's not written, but it's implied. So okay, let me just share the screen. I typed it all out. I wrote the essay. And I'll tell you, some of these Molvis are scared to talk to me. Scared as heck. Okay. So Abdul Shakur, let me tell you about this Abdul Shakur character. All right, this guy is a repeat offender. He wants to go to jail, and I'm gonna tell you, my dad is like that to this day. He went to Pakistan 2003, 2004. He wants to get arrested. All right, that's the story. Is that he wanted to be arrested. My dad wanted to be a martyr. So he's in 2003 and 2004. He goes back to his village and he's buying people tractors. He's buying people TVs, satellite dishes, you name it, you name it. So where's the persecution? There is none. So okay, let's talk about Abdul Shakur. And I'm telling you, dude is straight up and down a fanatic. He wants to get arrested. He wants trouble. He wanted trouble. So the story is as follows. MTA recently released a documentary on the life of Abdul Shakur, who's a criminal. This guy's a criminal in Pakistan for selling banned books. See Ordinance 20. This dude's a criminal. He should be arrested and prosecuted to the limit of the law, whatever the law is. But, he's an Ahmadi, and I think he's got dual citizenship. So he was going back and forth from the UK to Rabwa selling these books, thinking he's getting suave. You see? And he knows it's illegal. He knew it was illegal. He still did it. What does the law say about people who know what they're doing is against the law and still do it? Right? That's premeditated. Okay? Even in Islam, if you commit zina knowingly, brazenly, bragging about it, the punishment's death. Okay? But if you repent, okay, there's the verse of the Quran that says 100 lashes. Was it 100 or 80? I always forget. Anyhow, back to the story. So this guy, okay, so the producers of this MTA video are just straight up liars. Okay. They even lied and said Ahmadis can be charged for practicing their beliefs. That's a lie. If that was the case, everyone in Rabwa would be arrested. Ahmadis can practice their faith in their homes, in their temples. No one will touch them. That's the law. Okay. And in fact, Ordinance 20 was passed by Ahmadis and Zia, who was their buddy. We didn't need no Ordinance 20. We declared them non-Muslim. That's good enough. We didn't need this. Mirza Tahir Ahmad did it in concert with Zia because he wanted Ahmadis to go outside. He wanted Ahmadis to go to Germany. He wanted Ahmadis to go to the UK, all the NATO countries. He wanted it because he knew that's how he could make money. The chanda wasn't adding up. If Zia really wanted to end Ahmadiyyat, all he had to do was arrest the Khalifa. The same way Zia arrested Bhutto and had Bhutto hung, he could have did the same to Mirza Tahir. He didn't do it. Why not? You see? You see how this works? Because international pressure is telling him, the British, NATO, and America is like, no, you got to favor the Ahmadis. That's what I'm saying. There is no persecution. So for me, it's disrespectful when a group of people are alleging persecution. They've never felt it. Never, not a single day have they felt it. They're privileged people. They're people who get jobs, who can get wives. This is a privileged group of people who've had governmental support for over 100 years. These are the people that you let go to Germany. They should all be deported. If the German government is listening, deport them, every single one of them. And tell the kids who were born in Germany, because your parents lied, you gotta get the hell out of here. Okay? Because you lied about all of this. So even if you're born in Germany, Canada, UK, America, send them all back. Send them all back and have Pakistan deal with them. And tell the Pakistani government they're all yours. Or send them to India. They'll be safe in India. I'm sure they'll be happy to move where they can build a headquarters again. You know, in Qadian, they're celebrating Christmas, by the way. So, all right, let me keep reading. Yeah, and that's what I talked about. Mirza Tahir Ahmad set the whole thing up. Look, he even had them wearing Kalima badges. He's telling them to go out and start a fight. That's like wearing a blue bandana. That's like going out with a red bandana on your head. You want smoke. Okay? And most of these dudes, I'll tell you straight up, are nerds, bro. Skinny as hell. Bro, you can't fight, bro. You can't. You've never look. I got cousins like this too, who just think they're some kind of tough guys. Bro, you can't play football. You can't play basketball. How are you gonna fight somebody? Like I can play basketball with a man a few times and figure out the aggression. I'll figure out if you're soft or if you're hard. I'll figure it out, and you will figure it out too from me. All right. So nah, bro. He was telling dudes who are wimpy. I'll just say wimpy. Okay, wimpy men. He was telling them, go wear this Kalima badge and get yourself arrested. All right, and that's what they did. So okay, Abdul Shakur even lied and said Ahmadis can't pray salah. The old man himself is lying. He said, where are they getting this from? Walaikum salam ji, kidan ji. Yeah, these asylum seekers, bro. Ridiculous. And you know who should be getting asylum? The Muslims from Gaza, but they didn't. We needed 40,000 of them to come out. They didn't allow that, did they? But these dudes did. You see? What about the Rohingya? They didn't even get asylum at this rate. Not even the Sikhs got asylum at the same rate as the Qadianis. Not even Christian, not even Pakistani Christians. So obviously it's a governmental thing. Okay, so yeah, they never been stopped. They lie about saying Asalamo Alaikum. You can say Asalamo Alaikum in your temple to each other, in your house. Just because don't go outside running your mouth, bro, because you're not Muslim. You're not even close. You're worse than the munafiqun, than the hypocrites. All right? You're off limits to all of us. We can't do nothing with you. Okay, the Mirza family gave you a gas station, huh? And look, I got a cousin. I know he's listening. I know he's listening. Loser, straight up loser. His dad stole a gas station from his younger brother. His dad had one kid, and he stole a gas station from his younger brother who had like 5 and was living in the ghetto. And like this dude has some aura about him. Like, bro, the only reason you ever got a nickel was because your dad stole from his brother. Right? So that's who these guys are. It's the same mentality. It's the same mentality. So here we go. Here's the story. Shakur was going back and forth since like 1988. Okay? Seems like he's going back and forth every 3 to 4 years. He was convicted 5 times. He keeps getting arrested for going out and trying to get arrested. Okay? He's wearing the ring with the verse of the Quran on it. All right? And then you know what's crazy? You know who stopped him from going to Pakistan? Because he can go anytime he wants. Mirza Masroor. So he talks about persecution. He can't do this, you can't do that. But if Masroor says it, he listens, whether it's persecution or not. You see? And I bet you his parents would go see the Khalifa and his dad kept secrets. You know? Maybe his dad was a boyfriend of one of the Khalifas. He kept it all a secret. You see? So all right. Let's see what else. I'm trying to do this in like 15 minutes. So he says he had some kind of optical shop. This guy was making reading glasses, bro. Regular glasses, bro. That's it. That's all he was doing. In Sargodha, I think. But he doesn't explain how he got into this business. How'd you get into the business? Okay. They don't tell about his life before 1947 either. Where was he? Was he already in Sargodha? Did he migrate? They didn't mention any of that. Okay. And then check this out. He says he made eyeglasses for Nusrat Jahan Begum, the Londi. So for the Londi, for the prostitute escort, who called herself a prostitute for Nuruddin, look it up. He made her some reading glasses. So that had to be 1949 because she died in 1950. So it's got to be 48, 49. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, Zetun wale. Kidan ji. The echo on it. Come Chakiraku. What does that even mean? Is this the dude from TikTok? I think it's the dude. Bhai tere naal nahi Bashir, the host, no bol. Acha, acha. Who you talking to, putter? Te Aja. Aja. Look, stop being scary. Look, there's the link. Stop being scary. All right. We knew. Look, I know most of y'all are wimps. Totally wimpy people. Like Ahmadis, 99% wimps. All right. So okay. So then he says, and then he even made like some reading glasses for the Khalifa. Oh, so he was up underneath Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad, huh? Yeah, we know. So in 2015, so check this out. He goes to Pakistan in 2015 and he gets raided and he gets arrested. He sold Ahmadi books to undercover agents in the counterterrorism department. Well, they must have been watching him bring in illegal books into the country, and then they arrested him for selling them. You sold to an undercover, bro. You're getting arrested, okay? And the limit of the law is the death penalty. So I don't know in Pakistan how you're gonna get out of it. You know what I mean? So okay, he was able to get out of it though. He was able to get out of it. So dude gets arrested, and then he's so cool. Okay, this thing gets me. He's a dummy. He is dumb as hell. And I'll show you his grandson and his son-in-law. Bro, your grandfather's stupid. He dumb as hell. He don't know right from left. Okay? Accept it. Okay? A lot of people are not really smart. It should just be accepted that you're dumb. All right, this dude is clueless. He don't know the laws. He don't know Ahmadiyya beliefs. He don't even know who Trump is. Right? Totally clueless. So okay. Bro, they even got Johnny Moore. Look, they manipulated Johnny Moore and others. They manipulated a Republican. Is he an evangelical? I think he's like an evangelical. He's gonna get a letter from me, bro. You've been duped. You've been had. Sissified. You've been had. Okay, hoodwinked. Okay, they got you right. So all right. And then when Shakur met Donald Trump, this made it to Rabwa Times, which Asalamo, he doesn't even support Ahmadis anymore at this point. Once he learned who they were and the ins and outs, okay. Then look, Shakur says his shop. I think he said his shop was looted in September '74, and then he moved to Rabwa. We don't know how true that is. He opened up a new shop, okay. And then he admits that he went to jail for selling books. And then his interpreter was the famous Salman Taseer. I think it's like a Shia guy, and his dad got into a bunch of trouble in Pakistan. I don't remember the exact story, but like look that up. So it was all a publicity stunt. He says Ahmadis have never done any violence or anything to anyone in Pakistan. What a lie. What about the Rabwa train incident? What about all this? So so they bring an idiot and tell him to tell all these lies. That's exactly what he did. Okay, his son-in-law, his son-in-law and grandson, they also commented on it. And look, they didn't say, "Hey, did Shakur ever read those books that he was selling?" I don't think he did. Okay, and he doesn't know what MGA claimed. He was in police custody, and he said, "Oh, he got beat up. He got beat up because the guards were like, look what's in these books. Look what's in these books." And he was like, "I don't know what's in them." Oh, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Assalamu alaikum. There's a Qadiani TikToker. Is it Truth Searcher or I don't remember what it is, but we've been keying in on this guy lately. So okay, no worries. So he got beat up in police custody. Oh, okay. He doesn't even remember what book of MGA it was that they were talking to. They come to you with a book, bro. What's in the book? Do you know what's in the book? You're selling these books. What's in them? He don't even know. Why? Because he's a dummy. He ain't reading these books, bro. Okay. Let's see what else. And then he says, look. He says, even now, he's like, I want to get arrested now. I want to die for Ahmadiyya now. So you got these weirdos. I don't know if it's the Desi uncle syndrome or what, but my dad's the same way. He wants to get arrested for them. But you know what he doesn't want to do? Get a job and feed his family. That's weird to me. That as a man, that's the first thing you want to do is to be a provider for your children. But you're telling me these guys are like, no, we don't want to do that. We want to go serve Ahmadiyya and the Mirza family. My dad did the exact same thing, right? So, okay. And then he said, at one point he said, they've been sold for 100 years. What's the problem now? And he says, they're peaceful religious books. Peaceful? They're cursing at Isa al-Islam. They're cursing at Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How is this peaceful? These are blasphemous books. Total blasphemy. Okay. Oh, he said the courts are afraid of the Molavis. He said, no, you know what's funny? He says as he showed up to court, he knew the judge. How did he know the judge? So you see what I'm saying? There's a lot of collusion going on here, because he knew now he knows the judge. And then so he was given 5 years in jail and a 600 rupee fine. It was like 8 to 9 years. His assistant, what happened to the assistant? They didn't tell us. He got fired. Okay, and then his lawyer kept filing appeals. There was huge international pressure, and there it is. And then here are the photos. Boom. Okay, allegedly, this is my guesstimate, and then roughly. Okay, in the 19, I don't know, because I don't know when he opened the shop. Okay, and then look, here's photos of him getting arrested. Looks like 74, could be 84. Who knows? Here's another one, could be 84. I'm just doing it based on how old he looks, right? Here's another photo of him getting arrested with his assistant. Okay, and here's a scan of anti-Islamic activities banned. All right, that's got to be 84, even though I didn't see a date on here, or it's hard to see. Is that March? I don't know. And here they were declared a minority. Again, you can't see the dates, but it's 1974 when they were declared a minority. And then Johnny Moore. So he's the president of the Congress of Christian Leaders. He's an evangelical, a businessman. He founded the Carroll's Company. He gets Abdul Shakur out. Okay, here's his LinkedIn page and everything. Johnny Moore, he says, what harm could he do? Brother, Johnny Moore, if someone was publishing about Jesus, about your God, saying he's a drunk, he's this, he's that, I don't even want to say it. Nauzubillah. The fact that it has to come out of my voice box and through my mouth is bothersome to me, and I have to say Nauzubillah. Johnny Moore doesn't know all this. He's going to know. He's going to know. We're going to tell him. We're going to tell his assistants is you messed up. You've been had. You've been hoodwinked. Okay, Johnny Moore. Okay, here's his tweets. Here's his tweets. They got him released. Why? Because he's a UK national. It's the only way. Who is Halil Yusuf? He provided legal services for the UNHCR. What? Who is this guy? Is he a Qadiani? I've never seen him. Please, someone help me find this guy. Okay, Nadine again, she don't know nothing about nothing. Again, who is she? She's the chair of the International of Religions. That's not even a commission. Who the hell is she? Tell her to get it. I want to see her work history. Where does she work at? What does she do for a living? You know, I want to see all that. And this is his son-in-law. Look, it's funny. It's funny what the son-in-law says. So son-in-law says, "Oh, Ahmadis in the UK don't know what about persecution. They don't care. They think you guys are stupid. You guys are a bunch of idiots to be purposely getting arrested for the Mirza family in your fanaticism. What's the difference between you and the Taliban? There's no difference. The same fanatical, and technically the Taliban are a U.S. ally. They're good people. Okay, we're working with them. We've been working with them, right? So let me rephrase that. Okay, they're allies of the U.S. government. All right, they fought off the Russians and etc. So, Assalamu Alaikum, brother Umar.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How's it going, brother? And I'm almost done. I'm just
going. Yeah, keep going. It's very good. Straight to the.
So, okay. So his son-in-law, he even cried. Haha, it was kind of funny. Look, she said the guy's perfectly innocent. He's selling books that say that Jesus, al-Islam, is the reason for drunkenness in America. He's publishing all of this illegally with verses of the Quran on it. He knows it's illegal. He's a repeat offender. And this lady had the nerve to say he's perfectly innocent. How ridiculous is that? Okay. Amjad Khan, who's their big Harvard lawyer, he says his only crime was to put this guy didn't even admit to it. Brother Umar, the big time lawyer is such a liar. He can't even admit why the guy was arrested. And they made a documentary and put him in it and said his only crime was to possess Ahmadiyya literature. That's a darn lie. You're selling pornography and books about how to make pork. It's the same. That's the contrast. The guy is selling these illegally. He knows it's illegal. He sells to an undercover. He gets arrested. That's what kicked off the case. And their lawyer has the nerve to say all he did was possess the books. The undercover agents even wrote their name on the notes of money and as to prove that they bought it. So as he gets arrested, they pulled the money out and like, isn't that the money he gave you? And they didn't tell us what they said, what the response was to that. But the guy put his name on it to prove that he gave him, he paid him for these books, right? So he's got the nerve to say that was, okay, his grandson's funny. His grandson's so clueless. He don't know nothing. He says he didn't even know his grandfather went to go and meet Trump. He had no idea. Right? Daniel Mark, who's a Jewish guy, he led the efforts to get Shakur released. He said the Pakistani government was unjust. He said they should set him free. He said he was only arrested for being an Ahmadi. What is this guy talking about? It's all a lie. Daniel Mark straight up lied. His entire testimony in this documentary is a lie. Okay, and then here's some other scans that I got. Look, the U.S. CIRF, which should be totally just obliterated as an organization, shut down. And then look, here's the news of him getting released from prison. The blasphemy sentencing. So look, these Ahmadis have so much power. Even when one of them breaks the law, they can get him out of jail. So this is what we're dealing with, okay? Don't ever think it's anything other than that. And then look, a famous actor, which I've never watched his movies. I don't watch movies anymore anyways. But that's Mahershala, okay? He was in a few movies, actually. He even played a gay guy, right? I actually played basketball with him. You know, he's a pretty good basketball player. And I think he played basketball on the college level too. But with Sharif, oh, look, they all met him. Look, he even showed up to the ceremony. So now all of a sudden these guys are Trump supporters, and they're showing up to Washington D.C. Look, even Muhammad Ahmad Chaudhry, right? Another kiss up, another guy. All he did was kiss up his whole life, just to get ahead. He kissed up to him to get ahead, kissed up to this other guy to get ahead. Hurram's on the same trajectory. Hurram's on the same. Hurram didn't go to college because he's a dummy. That's the only difference. Hurram can't read and write too good. So he wasn't able to get the executive MBA from Stanford like Muhammad Ahmad Chaudhry, who doesn't know anything about Ahmadiyya, by the way. But he was there. All right. It's a famous Ahmadi from America. Lord Tariq from the UK was there. These guys are calling all cars here. Okay. They got Jackie Spear, who I think she's about to retire. Okay, she was there. She admitted he was on. She admitted that he was selling books. That contradicts the other parts of the video. So these idiots make a video where they're saying, oh, he was only arrested for being an Ahmadi, and there's testimony within that video that disproves him. I can't make this up. Jewer Ilham was there. That's the woman in the middle. And look, are they touching? But look, you gotta be careful rubbing up on women, bro. You know, that's why I normally keep my distance from people everywhere I go. And everyone knows, everybody I work with already knows, man. Don't get too close to me, bro. I got a problem, bro. I end up jabbing at no, I'm just joking. But like some of the dudes, bro, you get a hand and that's it. I don't hug men really, bro. I don't really do that. So whatever. But these Ahmadis are touching, and you know, like in Islamic law, that's the thing. You can't brush up on women like that, bro. You think these guys care? They don't give a darn, bro. Sam Brownback, he helped them. Okay, and then look, he even said these Ahmadis weren't able to go back to Pakistan because of this. That's a lie. You know who stopped Shakur from going back to Pakistan? The Khalifa. So the Khalifa, Mirza Masroor Ahmad, can stop him and no one else can? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Wake up, man. And then Mirza Usman Ahmad commented, that's the son of, isn't that Nitha's brother? That's Nitha's brother, okay? He said he backpedaled on Shakur. Okay, I don't remember. Look, Irfan Burke, who's a famous former Ahmadi, they showed him, Brother Umar, they showed him in the video and said, look, mullahs want Shakur to die. Bro, that's what the law says. 295C has the death penalty for blasphemy. That's not what we say. So you got to go through the courts and the law. If the law decides that, they can do whatever they want. So he says his opinion is that he should have got the death penalty. But they showed it like, oh, look at this mullah. Look, they even put it in Urdu with a translation. Okay, and then here's the report from the Rebel Times. There it is, the whole story. Okay, Johnny Moore, you'll see him again. All right, that's the whole essay. Look it up. That is the stream, brothers. Brother Umar, what are your comments? And then that's it. We're done.
Asalamo Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam, brother.
Yeah, very good, Brother Bashir. This is very good that you gave a good presentation, straight to the point. I think this should it's good for those people who don't like to read, especially you know who I'm referring to. There's people who don't like to read. They don't even read their own books. I'm actually wondering, Bashir, who was he selling the books to in Pakistan? If we know these guys don't read their founders' books.
I guess he's doing the bleed. So people knew if you want books on Ahmadiyya, Abdul Shakur is selling them inside his glass optical shop. So his shop.
So it was like secretly.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
It's like a drug dealer then.
You're selling glasses in the front, books in the back.
Yeah, I think they do this. He basically, I don't understand why these Ahmadis want to go and break the law and then expect nothing to happen out of it. They do this intentionally, you know. They do this. They get arrested intentionally so that it helps them to propagate their message and for publicity. You know that guy in Sweden. I don't know what's his name. Anders something. I think Anders Breivik, the one who did some mass shooting. You know, actually, he didn't. Most people who do this kind of things, they eventually just commit suicide. You know, or they fight until they die. You know, but this guy intentionally got arrested because he knew that the publicity will allow him to like the manifesto that he has that will come public and people will be interested and his message will reach more people. So these Ahmadis are doing the same thing. They are using this arrest because I'm sure they have, like you said, they have connections. They know people that get nice treatment. They'll be getting biryani in the jail, in the prison. So they don't mind getting arrested. They intentionally do this. So it helps them propagate their message. I know there's always some new age liberal people that will say, oh, they'll fall for it, but why are you persecuting them? They'll fall for this narrative, That's why they're doing this. And the thing about the Pakistanis cannot go, the Ahmadis cannot go back to Pakistan. That's a lie. They go back all the time. They come to the Western countries and then they get their passport. Then they go back. The first thing, as soon as they get the passport, the first thing they do, they fly back to Pakistan.
And they build a house in their old village.
Yeah, they buy stuff there and then they build houses. But this time they're coming like they're nice and obeying the law because they already got what they were planning for. So they'll be nice and just like obey the law so they don't get arrested. They don't want to get arrested. But for some reason, this guy, he was like being used. I'm sure from the hierarchy, they knew that they could use him nicely to propagate their message. So that's actually, yeah, it happens in many people who want to propagate their cause. We can see it in some of these countries where there's dictators. They do these things.
Yes,
sir. Just, I mean, how do you expect a Christian to go like to Mecca, to the Kaaba, and start brandishing a cross in front of the Kaaba and not get like arrested for it? Right. It's common sense.
Right, it's common sense, bro. So, forget
obey the law.
Can you imagine a Muslim standing in front of a church on Sunday, like what Razi was doing to us, waiting for people to come out and then going and talking to the ones who don't really know anything? What are you doing all this for, brother?
Bashir, if you just go now to Germany, for example, and start denying the Holocaust, you'll get arrested. Then are you going to say, oh, it's my freedom of speech? No, the government has laws. You have to follow them. You don't like the laws, stay at home or just move to another country. Why are you insisting on your rights when you know that you were given a chance in 1974 to present your case and you failed? You couldn't present your evidence. So the laws were passed. Okay, just practice your religion, but don't claim to be Muslims. I mean, they're allowed to pray. They're, like you said, in their temples, in their houses, but they don't want. It's not enough. They want to cause trouble.
They want to cause trouble. But in the UK, remember, in the UK, they don't sacrifice a goat on Eid, even though it's mandatory in Islam.
Yeah, and the Muslims in India as well, they respect the Indian government laws about the slaughtering of cows, even though they want to do it, but they don't because they're obeying the law. And the same thing, if you're in a Christian country that says you cannot marry a wife legally, that you can only marry one wife, you have to follow the law. You can't say, oh, I'm a Muslim, I have to marry two wives, and then you insist on that. You'll get arrested for marrying two wives.
Right, brother. In a Kashmir where it's 99% Muslim, they can't sacrifice a goat, or kill a cow, even though there's not a Hindu in like a 20-mile radius, bro.
Subhanallah. Another funny thing, Brother Bashir, just like Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, they contradicted themselves in the documentary. They contradicted themselves. They bring somebody who says that he is selling books, and another person is saying no, it's just for practicing the religion. And probably the guy never read his books. He's never read the books. He was just selling them.
No, not a chance. Not a chance.
The funny thing, Brother Bashir, is that these guys are propagating their religion in countries where the majority Christian, or the presidents are Christians and the ministers are Christians. But these guys, they have no idea what Mirza Ghulam Ahmad wrote about who they consider their God. Like you mentioned earlier about what he insulted Isa alayhi salam. If they knew, these guys would be in trouble. They would not be even allowed. Yeah. I mean, in African countries,
books would be banned in America if. In the UK, if they properly said, well, let's take a look at the extent of
and that's for the sake of public order, not just because like there's no freedom of religion, but for the sake of public order. Because if you insult let's say you go to an African country that is 90% Christian, devout Christian, and then you go and tell them what what he wrote about Isa alayhi salam, and then you give them they was just talking about the Jesus of the Bible. That's even worse, because that's their Bible they believe in. You go to a country like it's religious, like Kenya or some of these other West African countries which are very religious, you're going to be in trouble if once they know.
Look, they just got to go to Qadian, to the Christians in Qadian.
Oh yeah. Subhanallah. I don't know.
They just celebrated Christmas. Did you see the Christmas celebrations in Qadian?
Yeah. They take advantage of these laws, especially in African countries that allow the freedom of religion, and then they go and propagate this. But I think somebody should like just tell them, like, look what he's saying about you're God, you Christians. Look at what he's saying.
Yeah. Total blasphemy. Like, he did not have to say all that, but he did. You know what? And it's funny because he did it for street cred. He did it because he thought maybe Muslims would like it. Why would we like it? He's
He's our prophet.
He's one of the top 5 human beings that have ever existed.
Yeah, subhanallah. You know, we when we go to the Christians, when we do da'wah to the Christians, what we say that we actually love Isa alayhi salam more than you. We refuse to accept that he could be put on a cross and be hurt and all that.
Could be beat. Anyone laid a hand on him.
Yeah, and then we say we the only difference. I always tell Christians, the only difference between us and you is that you made him God. But in terms of praising, we praise him apart from the godly stuff that you assigned to him. You cannot beat the Quran narrative. We say only the good stuff about. We don't even like. There is nowhere in the narrations or in the Quran that says something bad about Isa alayhi salam. And in the Hadith, it's all praise him and his mother alayhum salam. But the Christians, we tell that the only problem that you guys made him God. But other than that, we don't say anything bad about Isa alayhi salam. That we deny him being God, and that's not bad actually. From their perspective, it's bad. It's wrong that we're denying that he's Godhood. But from our side, it's that no, we've actually stood by Isa alayhi salam and his message. We never insult him, and they take advantage of this because the Muslims the Christians in those African countries, they know that the Muslims generally respect Isa alayhi salam.
Right.
And these guys take advantage. But once they find out, I think there'll be many problems.
Same thing with the Sikhs in Qadian. You know, if they find out Mirza Ghulam Ahmad claimed to be the second coming of Baba Nanak, there might be some trouble in Qadian. If the Hindus,
isn't this the reason they moved away from India? That they know they cannot propagate the religion in India.
Exactly. That's exactly the reason. They knew there's no proselytization. Gandhi said no. So they're like, we're out of here.
And actually, that's for their own good, you know. That's for their own good, Bashir. If they go like in today's India, they preach them what Mirza Ahmad said about the Hindus. I think I don't know what to say, Brother Bashir. We'll be hearing about many violence in India. Because you know how the Hindus are passionate about their religion as well.
Yeah, no, and no, this was about 2 years ago. I had posted a video about an Ahmadi getting slapped by Hindu women because he asked a woman for her phone number at a.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Look, so if they are okay with the Indian government saying no proselytization, why do they have a problem with the Pakistani government saying the same?
Exactly. They always pretend that they follow the laws. They follow the laws of the land. That they said the Muslims should follow the law in India. Don't slaughter the cows. They will side with the Modi government. And you have seen the video of the guy in Kababir or when Modi went to Israel.
Yeah,
you saw that.
3-4 days.
Yeah. They like say no. They say you must follow the law. Anything, you bring up anything anywhere in the world that Muslims are forbidden from doing, and Qadianis will be the first people to say, no, you must follow the law. You must follow the law. They'll be the first people to say that, except in the Muslim countries. Like Saudi Arabia, they say that they don't allow them to officially, formally come and do Hajj. No, they're against that. Why don't you follow the law? You always say Mirza Ghulam Ahmad didn't do Hajj. You give an excuse that the means were not there. Khalas, there is no means for you to do Hajj now. Why do you have to lie to come and do Hajj in Saudi Arabia? Why do you have to go and why do you have to break the law in Pakistan? Just follow the law. Just like how you ask the Muslims to follow the law elsewhere. And Muslims are following the law elsewhere. Alhamdulillah.
Yep. In Switzerland, the Switzerland government banned minarets, except the ones that were made before they passed the law. So I think the Qadiani one was made before they passed the law. So in Pakistan, minarets are banned from Qadianis. In Switzerland, they're also banned. They're not crying about it.
Oh, subhanallah. Yeah, that's the game. That's the game. It's only to create chaos in the Muslim countries, so that if any chance comes to run away to the Western countries for their asylum case, that's it. And then they go there and get the high income. They get them to get into high income countries. So you know what was the end purpose? To get chanda.
More and more chanda. Well,
Ah,
ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we're gonna end the stream. We have another one coming up probably tomorrow. I need brother Omar's help on. It's a review of Musli Shambur and two other Qadianis. I'm typing it up now. Uh, these guys made so many blunders, brother Omar. I see the amount of blunders even by the MTA team, by this team, and I'm like, these guys just make mistakes. Subhanallah, look at all the mistakes Allah makes him make for us. He makes it easy for us, brother.
I think they want the attention, brother Bashir. They make these mistakes intentionally so that we can make like review videos, so that we can keep talking about them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they have the mentality that any publicity is good publicity.
It's a good. Do you see the? Do you read my review on the Ahmadi TikTok, brother Imtiaz demolished all of these guys, brother.
Yeah, yeah, I read all your articles, Bashir.
Brother,
The new ones, of course.
this Amdi said, if Isa al-Islam physically returns, who's going to
They'll be
be the Maulvi
circumcised.
who comes and circumcises him? Na'uzubillah.
These dumb people, don't they read their Bible? They love the Bible so much, but they don't know that in the Bible it's already written that he's circumcised. I think on the 8th day.
No. Here's what the guy says. It's obvious he's only been in Germany less than 5 years. He says, well, in Germany, the Christians here don't get circumcised.
So what?
Exactly. So what? Maybe because in Germany they're going atheist. They're all becoming atheists, and they don't want to get circumcised. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't know. We have not a clue why. Because you can pick in the hospital, in any hospital, they'll say so yes or no, and you either say yes or no. So and
No, you know these people. Yeah, they keep saying that it's the right of the child. Let him decide himself when he grows up. Who will decide to be like clipped once he grows up?
sounds good, brother. And hey, we got our brother here, brother Hussein. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How's it going, brother?
You're mute. We can't hear you.
Yeah, you can't hear. Okay, sounds good, brother. No worries. With that being said, that's the end of the stream in 42 minutes. And I think he wants to talk to us offline, brother. So stick around. And that's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum and peace out.